Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of All Angles. I'm Dion Jacksmiller. So for this program, we are turning the spotlight onto ourselves, meaning we in the news media. Some people say they don't watch news anymore. Why not? What do you think? Do you have problems with the content? Do we need to carry more what people call good news? Do we stop carrying so much crime? These are some of the concerns you've heard. We're going to be interrogating them, delving into them. Remember, we want to hear what you think as well, so you can WhatsApp us. It's 876-381-0072. Give us your first name, give us your general location. Tweet us as well, TVJ All Angles. Now, we're going to be hearing during the program from George Davis. He is a Deputy Executive Editor at Nationwide News Network. We also have with us Dr. Olivia Bravo, lecturer in Caramac in Consumer Behavior and Strategic Communications Researcher, content creator Rashane Dutty Berry. Yes. Okay, is also in the house with us. And on Zoom, we have communication specialist Damian Mitchell. First, so Javon Gordon has his overview.
We begin this evening with a prime time.
The way people get their news has changed thanks to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Traditional news like newspapers, radio, and television have taken a back seat.
It's just boring in a sense, and things are just happening the same way. And I guess you can watch it on TikTok, or if anything important happens, you can find it on Twitter or so forth.
According to a 2023 Reuters digital news report, 22% of respondents say they prefer to start their news journey on apps. Millennials and Gen Zs especially are moving away from traditional news because of the following factors. Convenient and immediate. Online news is at your fingertips. And the platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok have become popular hubs for news as users are exposed to a wide range of content shared by influencers and news organizations. According to the report, the phenomenon of news fatigue has taken hold, particularly among younger audiences. It also says the constant barrage of news, often accompanied by sensationalism, misinformation, and clickbait, has led to information overload and distrust.
And the
Jamaica's news landscape is also changing. Due to digital platforms, internet access, and smartphones, more Jamaicans are going to online sources for news. According to a 2013 Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica study, 84% of Jamaicans have internet access. 9 out of 10 of those have access to the internet, primarily through their smartphones. Market Research Services Limited did a media survey in June 2023. CEO Kishka K. O'Connor Anderson reports.
2.3 million persons, the total potential audience, total population. And with regards to radio, 796,000 persons reported that they actually listened to radio yesterday. This is to be compared to television. 831,000 persons reported watching television anytime at all yesterday.
And what about social media and newspapers?
So for the past 24 hours, we found that the Gleaner publications came out on top with a share of 43.2 percentage points, Observer 35.7%, and Star at 21.1 percentage share of points. Social media, top 3 platforms, WhatsApp 33.6%, share of market YouTube 19.9%, and TikTok 14.5% share.
So, what's the future for traditional media? Javon Gordon for All Angles.
So what is the future for traditional media? Let me start out by asking, though, are we doing something wrong? And let me ask Dottie Berry first of all. Are we doing something wrong?
Traditional media?
Yes.
I think in terms of there needs to be a shift, understanding the new demographic, the new audience, and really what are the needs. I really feel as if news should be presented in a different way, and I think I find that traditional media has been lagging. But the problem is is that traditional media has to still maintain its authenticity and the real value of what should belong to that core space. I say that oftentimes where you have, they mentioned the Gleaner and you have the Observer as well, they have pivoted to try to speak that social media language, so much so to the point where the true audience and the real fans of hard-hitting news do not value that. So we're at a point now where traditional media is trying to find its voice and its new tone in this day and age, but still not really meeting the mark.
That's just so interesting. Find its voice and tone. All right, but before I go to the others, you say it needs to be presented differently, meaning what? So you, for instance, do a social media account down that's based a lot of it sometimes on what comes out of traditional media that you take and you repurpose.
Yeah.
Some of it that comes out of social media, but you do rely on traditional media for some of your content as well. So when you said traditional media needs to repurpose or present differently, what do you mean?
All right, so one of the things and one of the reasons why I feel like I've been such a successful content creator, it's because usually you have a lot of brands that reach out to me. So you'll have the Ministry of Health, they'll have something that would be considered like boring, sort of subject matter, and they bring that to me. It started off with chicken gunya, and I'm able to kind of use my own personality. And so with social media, people are like, if I like you, if I understand your personality and that sort of value, you can practically share anything to me. So,
but is that news?
But hold
is that
on,
what George does? And I'm going to come to him and the others.
No, and that is where there's a problem there. So with majority of my stories, I will cite them. So it is coming from a Gleaner, it's coming from an Observer, it is going to come from a TVJ, it's coming from some place, and then I mention it, but how it is presented. No, gone are the day, where people are just expected to just be like, people don't want their news presenters to just be like, hi, Clear Eyes, this is something there. If you do have somebody in the newsroom and they're able to take that same news and come on camera, whether it be on the Instagram or the TikTok, wherever that presence is going to be, people will gravitate to it. Just today, I was actually looking at TikTok and there was a video of ITV where they basically did a similar type of study where they spoke about an influencer by the name of Dylan Page. And he has been so successful. What he does, he adds video, he has music, instrumentals to basically make the news appealing. He spoke about the whole, what's the thing I took over the news right now?
AI.
Submarine.
The submarine.
Oh, okay.
And the way he presented that story, I look out for him each day because he just does it in such a style that I've never seen a newsroom do it.
Hold there before I got to the break. George, music, instrumental, you need to present the news differently.
Well, he's not wrong, because what it is that, look, there are many entities that have spent considerable amounts to do market research to see how they can change the way they present the news to meet the needs of the newer audience with shorter attention spans, a myriad of sources to get information and entertainment from. So the challenge for us as traditional media is, how do we meet them on the playing field that they're playing on now? People talk about changing demographics. Demographics have always changed. It's the nature of demographics. It's what demographics does. So in this period, we have to then see, okay, what are we call them bells and whistles traditionally, but they aren't bells and whistles anymore. What are the ways in which we have to morph to meet the needs of those who are consuming news based on the market research that has been done by wealthier entities who've studied consumption patterns and said, this is the way to do it. I mean, BuzzFeed came and went. Many Huffington Post came and went. There are so many who came and went because traditional media took the people who were making their web portals or their social media sites snazzy and cutting edge and groundbreaking and with the times. They took them, put them in-house. So Reuters has them, the BBC has them, the Guardian has them, the New York Times has them. So traditional media is responding, trying to meet those needs. But guess what? Those needs will change in 2, 3, 5 years and we have to change again.
All right, hold that thought. I'm at break. So let me go to break. Want to hear from you as well. So remember, WhatsApp, WhatsApp, they say, is one of the platforms people are on. So 3810072, that's 876-381-0072. Give us your first name, your general location, and tweet us at TVJ All Angles. We're back just after this.